She was a beautiful, happy, loving teacher. She was a wife and a mother of 4, and she was especially happy as she was expecting her 5th child. However, her 5th child was not for her husband. Her 5th child was for her 12-year-old student. Was this illegal? Yes. Did she think so? No. Who was she? Let's find out right now. Wicked Wednesday, my Cajun cuties. Yes, it's me, Anne-Marie, aka the Cajun Crime Queen from Carrico, Louisiana. Cajun born, Cajun bred, and when I die, I'll be Cajun dead. I hope after this video that you like, subscribe, and comment, and don't forget to press on the notification bell so you never miss a video from me, Anne-Marie. I hope you have a beverage. I hope you have a snuggle party or a snuggle fur party. Those are the best, and you're ready to hear a true crime story with yours truly. And as always, I want to know, are y'all drinking that water? Are y'all staying hydrated? Are y'all getting those tickers up? Remember, just a quick 20-30 minute walk, especially first thing in the morning, get those endorphins up, and you're going to have an amazing, wonderful day, I promise you. And as always, thank y'all all for joining me on this Wicked Wednesday evening as we discuss another true crime case. And I have some very exciting news for y'all tonight. Yes, tonight I am celebrating my 150th episode. Tonight is my 150th episode. I am so excited, and I'm even more excited that I'm sitting here sharing it with y'all tonight because I love each and every one of y'all. And thank y'all so much for the love and support y'all have given me over the past year and a half. And let's all celebrate my 150th video tonight. Today, we are going to be discussing a case that came to us back in 1997. Lately, I have been seeing a lot of teachers getting arrested for having inappropriate relationships with their students. And this particular case I'm going to be discussing today was, in my opinion, the case that started it all. The case that went huge all over the world. I remember this case like it was yesterday. I was only 13 back in 1997, but this case was the first case that I had ever heard of where a teacher had an inappropriate relationship with a student. And the teacher we are going to be discussing today is MARYKAY LETOURNEAU. Mary Catherine Schmitz was born on January 30th, 1962 to a very strict Catholic parents, John and Mary Schmitz. Everyone called Mary Catherine MARYKAY. MARYKAY was very sweet, very loving, very compassionate, and she was one of 9 siblings. When she was only 2 years old, MARYKAY's father started his political career. And when MARYKAY was only 10 years old, her father, John Schmitz, ran for the President of the United States. He received over 1 million votes. However, he did not win, but he was very, very popular. In 1973, when MARYKAY was 11 years old, she and her brothers were playing in the shallow end of the family pool when her baby brother, 3-year-old Philip, fell into the swimming pool and lost his life. MARYKAY was devastated over the situation, and she says that her mother grew very cold after this situation. MARYKAY also thought that her mother blamed her for the drowning of her baby brother, Philip. MARYKAY says her mother, Mary, was very strict in the household. So was her father. However, MARYKAY was the apple of her father's eyes. She was the girl, she had blonde hair, she had blue eyes, and she loved her father very much. It was a typical father-daughter loving relationship between MARYKAY and her father, John Schmitz. MARYKAY attended an all-girl Catholic school, and it was said by her friend that she and Mary, since they were California girls, were always at the beach. They would have fun. Sometimes they would hop in the car on the weekends and drive up to Mexico, sit on the beach, grab a hotel room. MARYKAY knew how to have fun. She graduated high school in 1980. However, in 1978, MARYKAY found out some devastating news. Her father, John Schmitz, the strict Catholic parent, the man that ran for the President of the United States, yes, he was leading a double life, y'all, a double life. He had gotten one of his former students pregnant, not once, but twice. He was leading this double life. His wife, Mary, was very upset. She was heartbroken by it. MARYKAY was devastated and felt very betrayed by her father's actions. But it seems like everything was kind of swept under the rug. No one acknowledged these two children that John Schmitz had. Mary never really got to know her two other siblings. It was sad that these two children that John Schmitz had fathered with a former student weren't acknowledged in the Schmitz household. After Mary graduated from high school, she decided she was going to attend Arizona State University, and this is where she met her husband, Stephen LETOURNEAU. Stephen and Mary were very happy together. However, they didn't really love each other. MARYKAY finds out that she is going to have a baby, and of course, she is scared. She is frightened. She's a Catholic girl. How is she going to tell her parents that she is pregnant? MARYKAY and Steve tell Mary's parents, and of course they say, MARYKAY, you have to hurry up and get married, which Mary did. MARYKAY and Steve LETOURNEAU were married when MARYKAY was 4 months pregnant with her first child. MARYKAY has her first child and names him Stephen Jr. when she is only 22 years old. Mary and Steve moved to Alaska, and then they moved to Seattle, Washington, where Mary attends Seattle University. She graduates in 1989 with her teaching degree. She begins teaching at Sherwood Elementary School. She and Steve both have extramarital affairs on each other as they never truly loved each other. And it was also said that Stephen LETOURNEAU was very mentally and physically abusive to MARYKAY. It was also said that the police were called to the house as Stephen LETOURNEAU used to physically abuse MARYKAY. It was a very sad situation and very sad story. And together, Stephen LETOURNEAU and MARYKAY had 4 children. In my opinion, I believe that MARYKAY LETOURNEAU wanted to show the world that she was a Catholic girl, she was married, she was happy, she had 4 children, but in reality, she wasn't happy. And I think that having all these children occupied her time. She didn't have to focus on her marriage with Steve LETOURNEAU because MARYKAY did not have a happy marriage. They always had financial problems. They were always arguing, always having affairs on each other. It just wasn't a happy home for MARYKAY, Steve, or the 4 children. And in the fall of 1991, MARYKAY LETOURNEAU begins teaching 8-year-old Billy Falau. She is very fond of Billy Falau as he is very artistic. Y'all, his drawings, I saw many of his drawings, and Billy could draw so very well. He was an incredible artist. Not too long ago, in the summer of 1995, MARYKAY becomes Billy Falau's teacher once again in the 6th grade. He is now 12 years old. Billy is again an amazing artist, and MARYKAY sees that. Billy starts spending a lot of time with MARYKAY at her home in the summer of 1996 when Billy is 12 years old. Billy is very close to MARYKAY's older son, Stephen Jr., as they are basically the same age, only a year apart. MARYKAY spends tons of time with Billy. She even tells one of her friends that she is seeing a student from summer school. Her friend automatically thought, oh, this must be a college student. No, it was a 12-year-old student. And in the summer of 1996, MARYKAY is caught in a van with 12-year-old Billy Falau. A police officer rolls into the marina, sees MARYKAY's van. He stops the van. He sees MARYKAY jumping in the front. He asks MARYKAY for ID. He sees Billy. He asks Billy how old he is. Billy lies and says he is 18 when he is actually 12 years old at the time. The police take them into the police station. Billy Falau calls his mom, and his mom tells the police officer, it's okay. MARYKAY is a family friend and Billy's teacher. We love MARYKAY. The police officer allowed Billy Falau to leave with MARYKAY LETOURNEAU. And the police officer asks, why are y'all in this van together at the marina late at night? MARYKAY tells the police officer, well, my husband and I got in a fight. We got in an argument. Billy ran away from the house and left, and I took my van and went to look for him. And I found him around this marina, and this is when you found us. The whole story sounded very weird. However, the police officer did allow Billy and MARYKAY to leave with each other. MARYKAY LETOURNEAU and Billy Falau started having relations in the summer of 1996. Billy says that he and Mary Kay started to have relations before he was 13 years old, while he was still 12 years old in June of 1996. However, MARYKAY LETOURNEAU says it happened after Billy Falau turned 13 in June. So I don't know what happened between the two, but no matter what, they were having an inappropriate relationship. Mary Kay knew better. She knew better than to have relations with a 13-year-old boy. In the fall of 1996, MARYKAY LETOURNEAU finds out that she is pregnant. She is happy. She is excited that she is having a baby with 13-year-old Billy Falau. MARYKAY LETOURNEAU tells one of her friends that she is pregnant. Her friend says, well, can you just pass the baby off for Steve's? Her friend was like, what are you going to do? You know, you have to do something. Mary Kay's like, I can't pass the baby off at Steve's because the baby's going to have black hair. Billy is dark. Billy has dark hair, dark eyes, and all of Mary Kay's children are blonde with blue eyes. She knew it wasn't going to work. Her friend is scared for Mary. Mary starts to get worried. Then all of a sudden, in the winter of 1997, Steve LETOURNEAU, Mary Kay's husband, finds love letters between her and Billy. Steve goes to Billy's house. He confronts Billy and tells Billy, you're going to stop seeing my wife. She's always going to be my wife. And if you don't stop seeing her, I'm going to notify the police. That didn't last long. One of Steve LETOURNEAU's family members contacted the police, which they should have. This was an inappropriate relationship between a teacher and a student. They contacted the police. The authorities arrest MARYKAY LETOURNEAU on March 4th, 1997, and she pleads guilty to 2 counts of SA with a child. The state wants Mary to serve 6.5 years in prison. However, her defense wants her to serve 6 months in prison. While awaiting sentencing, MARYKAY LETOURNEAU gives birth on May 29th, 1997, to she and Billy's first daughter, Audrey. Mary Kay serves her sentence and she only serves 3 months in prison. At first, she is not required to register as a sex offender. However, that would not last long because MARYKAY LETOURNEAU would do something once again, and something very illegal. Mary Kay actually thought that this relationship was okay. She thought she was going to go to jail. She was going to get out of jail. Once she got out, she was going to be with Billy. She was going to have custody of her 4 children, plus custody of her and Billy's daughter. She thought everything was going to work out. Oh no, girl, that's not how it works. She couldn't even be in a room with minors, including her own children. No matter how Billy looked, no matter how Billy sounded, Billy Falau was a 13-year-old child. And in the eyes of the law, that is illegal. You do not have relations with a minor. But Mary Kay, in her mind, thought that this was all okay. They were in love and they were going to live happily ever after. On January 2nd, 1998, MARYKAY LETOURNEAU is released from prison. That didn't last long because just 4 weeks later, on February 3rd, 1998, MARYKAY LETOURNEAU and 13-year-old Billy Falau are spotted in a vehicle. The vehicle is parked near MARYKAY LETOURNEAU's home. The cops stop the vehicle. They find them together in the car. They find that Mary Kay has $6,200 in cash on her, her passport, and baby clothes. The police officers bring Mary Kay in, and Mary Kay says that she had been secretly seeing Billy as soon as she got out of prison. She had been seeing him. She had been talking to him. She had been wanting to see him for days now. They were doing everything together. Mary knew it was wrong because it was a court order. The judge told her you could not have any contact with Billy Falau whatsoever. She broke the law. When she walked to that courtroom, that judge was angry. And if y'all see that clip of that judge resentencing MARYKAY LETOURNEAU, she is not a happy camper. She looked at Mary Kay, said she was very upset with her, revoked her plea deal, and gave her the original sentence of 7.5 years in prison. MARYKAY LETOURNEAU goes back to jail once again, but this time she is going to serve 7.5 years in prison. And when she gets to prison, guess what, y'all? Guess what? MARYKAY LETOURNEAU is pregnant once again. Yes, MARYKAY is pregnant with now 14-year-old Vili Falau's second child. MARYKAY LETOURNEAU gives birth to she and Vili's second daughter, Audrey, on October 16, 1998 in prison. MARYKAY LETOURNEAU is sentenced to 6 months of solitary confinement in prison for trying to get letters to Vili Falau. It was said that Vili Falau dropped out of high school and suffered with depression and alcoholism. It was also said that Vili Falau, when he was just 16 years old in 1999, tried to take his own life. He was very upset about the whole situation. He was only 16 years old, had these 2 small daughters, and he says the woman that he loved was ripped out of his life. She was gone. She was no longer with him, and all of this traumatized him. It was also said that Vili's mother had custody of the 2 young children. However, on August 4th, 2004, MARYKAY LETOURNEAU is released from prison. She has to register as a level 2 sex offender. Vili Falau is now 21 years old and wants to be with MARYKAY LETOURNEAU. He asked the court to reverse the no contact order. And on May 20th, 2005, MARYKAY LETOURNEAU and Vili Falau are married. They are happy, they are in love, and they are once again together. Vili Falau says he and Mary want to live a very quiet, loving life. MARYKAY wants to have more children, and she wants to begin teaching again. However, it was said the only place that MARYKAY, that she was only going to be able to teach in a community college because of what happened with her and a minor. She couldn't be around minors. MARYKAY is very happy. She says she and Vili's love is eternal and endless. However, after only 12 years of marriage, Vili Falau files for a legal separation against MARYKAY LETOURNEAU, and in August of 2019, the legal separation is finalized. In 2019, MARYKAY texts Vili and says that she's feeling ill. Vili and MARYKAY talk, and Vili tells her, "Why don't you go get a colonoscopy?" MARYKAY agrees. MARYKAY LETOURNEAU goes and receives a colonoscopy, and that is when she finds out that she has colon cancer and it already spread to her liver. MARYKAY LETOURNEAU tells Vili Falau. Vili Falau jumps on a plane. He is so worried about MARYKAY. He's in disbelief. He cannot believe this is happening. And remember, y'all, MARYKAY has been a part of Vili Falau's life since he was 8 years old. That's almost 30 years. He is very worried about MARYKAY and is very stressed and wants MARYKAY LETOURNEAU to live. He doesn't want to lose MARYKAY. He stays at her side. They are together. She seems happy. He says when he sees her, she doesn't look sick. However, that slowly fell apart. MARYKAY LETOURNEAU lost her battle to colon cancer. On July 6, 2020, she passes away at the age of 58. And Vili Falau says the last words MARYKAY LETOURNEAU told him was that he was the most important person to her. MARYKAY LETOURNEAU leaves behind her 6 children. My final thought, I always give y'all my final thought. And my final thought is, no matter how a person looks, no matter how they sound, if they are underage, it is illegal. It is illegal. And MARYKAY LETOURNEAU thought because she was in love with a 13-year-old, it was okay. Everything was going to be fine. They were going to be in love and live happily ever after. No. Having relations with a minor is 100% against the law. I cannot see it. I don't know how people look at children and think that that's okay. It is 100% illegal. And lately you have been seeing all these people get arrested for having relations with these students. And it blows my mind that these are teachers, these are educators. They have to go and teach every single day, knowing they are going to be around children. If they are having these thoughts, why would you want to do that? Why would you want to look at these children in that way? Children count on adults to lead them on the right path, especially a teacher. A teacher's with students every single day. And Mary-Kay LETOURNEAU broke that law. But every day, every single day you turn on the news, another teacher is getting arrested. In fact, around my area here in Louisiana, just a couple of weeks ago, a teacher was arrested. I was like, it seems like it's every day now. It's getting out of hand. I'm seeing men and I'm seeing women teachers. They are all getting arrested for having inappropriate relationships with students, and we have to stop it. We have to find some type of way of stopping it. And the only person that can stop it is the adult. The adult knows better. It is 100% illegal in any way possible. They all have to realize that. It is illegal. You lose everything if you go down that path. Everything. My heart goes out to Mary-Kay LETOURNEAU's children. I hope they all remember the great memories they had with their mother. And it was also said that Billy Falau is now a grandfather. His daughters with Mary-Kay, one of them had a baby, which my congratulations goes out to her. I hope y'all all enjoyed today's video. I hope that y'all like, subscribe, and comment. And don't forget to press the notification bell so you never miss a video with me and Marie. And as always, stay safe, always be aware of your surroundings, and always know that I'm here for you. Thank y'all all for the love and support. And today was my 150th video. I'm so glad I got to share it with y'all. Thank y'all for the love and support. And as always, I love y'all. I will see y'all next week. Bye.